All right, high rollers, if you play online poker and you live outside the United States, there will soon be a new option for you. Poker Players International and Tane have just announced the launch of PPIPoker.net, a new online poker site where players rule. Boasting the most advanced software anywhere, PPIPoker.net will be available to non-U.S. citizens in legal jurisdictions throughout the world. We're joined today by PPI co-founder Randall Casper. Randy, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you, Derek. Thanks for having me.
Hey, this is hot off the presses, right? I mean, congrats on this. It's a big venture involving big partners. It's a big day for you guys, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that. We're really excited about this. It's been a long time in the making, and we actually think the timing is right now. So we're very happy about it.
Well, let's talk about that timing. I know PPI has represented hundreds of pros over the years. We've talked about that before, Randy. Corporate clients in all aspects of the gaming industry. Why online poker now? An extension of the brand?
For sure. I mean, absolutely, it's a natural extension of our brand. And look, for years we've, had our pros sign with PokerStars and Team Online at PokerStars, Full Tilt, Doyle's Room, and really everywhere else that had a pro ambassador approach to marketing. And that will certainly continue to happen through the agency. However, with PPIPoker.net, really, aside from being a natural extension of the brand, it's really a very good time to enter this space for us. It wouldn't be for most people, but for us, we think it's a fantastic time. We feel there are a number of things over the years that have kind of been overlooked that would really benefit the players, and we intend to offer those and roll out continued offerings that are going to really appeal to the players. And we just think, as far as the industry goes, it also trickles down to the affiliates, and really everything in the industry is kind of big business now and not really nimble and catering to the real interests of the poker players in the community. So we feel like that's our main focus.
Well, in America, I know a lot obviously has changed since Black Friday, but in the industry as well, you didn't mention any names there. I will. I know PokerStars is taking quite a hit for its VIP program, its rewards, which have really diminished in terms of the regulars. They're saying, hey, what about us? I know you're trying to attract new players, but don't forget about the people that made you. So I think the timing is right in that aspect. If you can offer something new and something rewarding to players, they will come.
Yeah, we give a lot of credit to the pioneers in the industry. Obviously, we've worked closely with them over the years, and this is really just an extension of what we think has been done right, but also a lot of things we think have been overlooked. And certainly, with Black Friday, people might take a contrarian approach and think that this is not the good time to get in. But we do have our eyes on an eventual U.S. strategy, and we feel with our connections to the gaming industry in the U.S. that eventually we'll build enough liquidity to be a really attractive partner. So we'll just wait for the legislation to settle. But in terms of what the players have been crying out for, we're just really addressing those issues from the get-go. And you can see that in our initial rollout of features. And so I think we'll continue to supplement that with things that are really, really helpful to the player in terms of them, whether they're a pro or just an aficionado. We're going to give everything for everyone in the ecosystem to really enjoy their experience and, protect their bankrolls, move up levels, just enjoy spectating, staking players, things like that. So we're really excited about the things that we'll offer. And look, the old paradigm is sort of, poker, casino, etc. We're looking really forward towards, poker esports, and we'll have all the other, eventually we'll get into the other aspects, but we really think that we're really hooked into some fantastic partnerships that really have a forward-thinking vision of what this poker/gaming industry is going to look like over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So we're very excited about that.
I mean, it's growing so rapidly, isn't it? You see the advent of Twitch and what's being done there, and all the video game player. I mean, there's gamers everywhere, and really that's what poker's become. I mean, with all the technology out there, I know your site's going to allow HUDs, right?
Well, we actually have our own proprietary HUD called PokerCraft that's built in. It's in beta now, but we feel like that's going to be a combination of all the features players have wanted over the years, and it's also going to take away some of the the feeling by various levels of the ecosystem not feeling like they're on par or maybe disadvantaged by players that are professional or semi-professional. So we've really tried to cut across that by engineering our own proprietary HUD. And so that's what we'll be going with on the platform.
So basically, any player that signs up on PPIPoker.net, they'll have access to a HUD.
Exactly right. Yep. we've launched with a pretty aggressive $100,000 in daily guaranteed prize pool for the players. We don't want to mince words with different levels of rake back, so everyone gets 35% from their first hand. Things like that. We're sort of cutting straight to the chase on every aspect that we can.
You talk to a lot of players, you deal with a lot of big names. What are they telling you? What do they want? You mentioned it earlier, trying to cater to their needs. You mentioned 35% rake back. You talked about the affiliate program. And what's all this about staking?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, it shouldn't be overlooked that there are a number of features in the software, like rabbit hunting and straddling and running it 3 times and all-in insurance that, you don't find all those combinations of things just as basic features for players. Then we'll roll out our VIP rooms where basically, players are going to be able to enter just like a bricks and mortar and get white glove concierge service. So those are little things that make people feel like they're getting everything in one place. The staking is a really interesting aspect. Full Tilt, one of the hugest advantages for Full Tilt was their pros and the interaction with the pros. We're kind of taking it one step further with that. You can come in and stake our pros in tournaments. That's a money-making opportunity, but also for the social player, being staked gives them a chance to sort of protect their bankroll, protect against, some variance, and, move up levels and really enjoy the experience more by not absorbing the full impact on their bankroll. So we're really excited about staking. We think it's a revolutionary aspect to the platform, and there's no cost to it. So players can put in their own stakes and they can stake or be staked. And, we think it's really going to enhance another aspect of the poker experience. So we're gonna explore that, and we'll continue to improve it. But we think it's a really unique feature that we have here for the players.
Well, I know it's being billed as an online dream team. The software is absolutely incredible, developed by GGNet. Best in the world, right?
Well, we feel like, obviously, PokerStars does a lot right, and we're not trying to put ourselves up in that category, but we do feel, in terms of our brand, we just won't go to market with something we feel doesn't have the capability of being on par with the very best in the industry. So we're really proud of it. We feel like it has features others don't have. And look, we're very confident that this is going to be, if you go on and play, you'll take a look, and we feel like we're right there, on par with the best in the industry.
Well, I like the idea of offering a straddle and the rabbit hunt. That's all fun stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We also have these, fortune spins on there, which are really fun. It's basically a 3-way sit and go for a various prize, and those are just awesome. So, there's a lot of stuff that we'll continue to explore, and we're really going to take the feedback of, we do have reach to the thousands of top, professional online and live, poker players, but we also want to make a really healthy ecosystem and take feedback. And when we say where players rule, we're talking about all players. So we want to really be responsive. We're 24/7, listening to the wishes. We're right on with all of the advancements that we could possibly conceive of, and we'll just see what the market asks for, and we'll try to deliver in every way we can.
You mentioned earlier the team, this pro ambassadorship. I know that you're going to be offering all players access to your team, your pros. Can you outline the pros for us right now, or are they still yet to be announced?
We can announce now. They're on our site. We'll be doing some formal announcements coming up. But first and foremost, Casey Jarzabek, Big Dog Pocket Fives, really has been influential in terms of helping create some of the biggest online events throughout the world with just being consulted on things like that. So we're very excited about Casey. He's from Canada. Mike Leah, obviously, probably the top crossover player in the history of the game between live and online, with over $5.5 million in live earnings and $3 million online. A WSOP bracelet, 4 circuit rings, 2 W Coupe bracelets. 4 F-Tops jerseys, number 1 F-Tops player of all time. So, we could go on with their accolades forever. And we've also got Danny Noseworthy from Canada, Helio Neves, who's number 1 in Brazil right now, winner of a super high roller T-Coupe event for $192,000, and just a really fantastic person. Pedro Oliveira, and we also have an up-and-comer, Daria Krashenikova from Russia. So we think she's a rising star. And, we'll continue to approach this on a regional basis and look at what makes sense for us. But our pros have to not only be fantastically accomplished in terms of their poker accolade, but really well respected in the community and sort of, role models as people as well. So we're looking at all that, and we'll expand the team as time goes on. But we really couldn't be more excited about our initial group of pros that we've announced.
Well, this is a special day for you guys. This must have been an exhaustive process for you and your PPI International co-founder, Gene Castro. I mean, how long have you been working on this?
Well, this is something that's been on our radar for a long time. We've consulted for and provided liquidity to just, massive liquidity and consulting for most of the major online sites for over a decade. So it's always been something that, we were interested in. However, you always have to look at the climate, and with UIGEA and then Black Friday and other developments and the slow moving legislation in the US, we kind of really had to temper our expectations and really pinpoint where we wanted to launch. We feel like we're close enough to that day when the U.S. will eventually be a market we can enter, but we also feel like right now the outcry has been there throughout the entire poker community that things are getting kind of rolled back on them, whether it's players that are pros or just casual players, or whether it's affiliates. We feel like the industry's sort of backsliding in a number of ways, and we feel like it's always been our duty. We've always started and ended with the mantra that we look out for the players, and that's really what decided our timing. So it takes it's something that's been discussed for years, but certainly picking the right time to do it means having the right partners, and it all came together for us in the last 8 months really in terms of executing. So we're happy that we're at that spot right now.
Yeah, you talk about timing. I mean, I'm just amazed at how fast online gaming is growing. I'm not a video gamer myself, but every once in a while I'll see a tournament on Twitch and I'm fascinated by it. I mean, this is a growing industry, and now that you've got the website, you seem to be well positioned.
Yeah, well, Twitch is a major, part of our strategy. Casey Jarzabek has a Twitch stream, and so does Daria, and that'll be something we always, we have our own channel. We'll be doing some things with Twitch. We think it's an exciting aspect for poker, but we also think that the staking platform and letting, casual players or fans or backers get involved, that really dovetails with where the industry's heading. And, you can just look at esports and how that's been growing. We're forward thinking and looking at all of that and how it's going to relate together. But such things as poker being sportified by Global Poker League, things like that. There are trends that are developing, and we plan to be on the cutting edge to take advantage of that, and also to give back to the community something that's going to be really fantastic for spectators, because that's what this is all about. When people are interested in what the poker community is doing and what individual players are doing and getting involved themselves, because there's always that hope that they could be the next champion with some time and dedication. That's the direction that the poker community is in. So if we can capitalize on the trends in esports and just get people there, there should be things on the horizon like sponsored tournaments, etc., outside money, supplementing prize pools, and it's all heading in the same direction. So we're really excited about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was so glad when I went to the website. Again, that is PPIpoker.net, and I went to the ambassador page and I saw Mike Lee there. He's one of my favorites. He's been on the show a few times. He's Canadian like me, and he's just an all-around good guy. And you mentioned it. He is an absolute crusher, both live and online. So you've got a good one there, and Mike Lee, man, I like that.
Yeah, we've always been, Mike's been a client of ours since 2007 or 8, so we're very excited. He's just watching him and his accomplishments over the years. It's really just remarkable, really remarkable to have that kind of success in all games, all disciplines, and in both mediums, online and live. So we couldn't be more excited about having him. And then the rest of the team is really outstanding as well.
Well, when we had Mike Lee on the show, I asked him, what do you attribute your success to? And he says, I'm very competitive. Listen, good luck with this, Randall. I appreciate your time today. If you want to get competitive high rollers, if you want to play some online poker, check out this new website. It's PPIpoker.net. Go to Twitter at PPIPokerNet. Again, Randall Casper, co-founder of PPI International, our guest today. Randy, thanks so much, man, and good luck with this.
Thank you so much for having me, Derek. Appreciate it.